here at Anjiuli's Farm Market, and now's the time. It's finally time, I think, to start putting our vegetables in the ground, right?
Yes, it is time. It's Memorial Day. The season is upon us to get our gardens planted.
Yeah, and so we're ready to go. Are there some that maybe we could have had in before?
Yeah, you could do like your cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower stuff that will take the frost. No problems there with that.
Okay.
And you can get that stuff early on. Always get that planted now. Memorial Day's upon us. Garden time.
Garden time. Let's start here, since these are in front of you. These are our herbs, right?
Herbs, yes. So you got the basil plant here. You can just leave this on in the planter, or if you want to transplant in your garden. But ideally, this was designed for on the patio, by the house. Grab a few when you're cooking. Grab a few pieces. Using cooking. These smaller pots, if you have an herb garden, these would be great to go into. Or unless you don't want to do that, you can still transplant these into a larger pot and put it on your patio.
Okay. At the end of the year, at the end of the summer, can I take them out of the ground, put them in a pot, and bring them back in?
Yes. If you have a larger pot, always a larger pot when you want to overwinter your herbs. You can do like your thyme, your rosemary. Even a lot of times people have good luck with the mint.
Okay.
Overwintering.
Now let's talk about let's start with these tomatoes. You got a couple of different ones here. I always feel like, why wouldn't I get the biggest ones? Because then I get tomatoes earlier. Is that a myth or is that true?
No, that's the truth.
Okay.
You know, we got this gorgeous large tomato plant here we call the cheater tomato.
That's me.
The cheater tomato plant, first one in the neighborhood to get tomatoes.
That's right.
You can either keep this on your patio in the pot the way it sets and just grow it out, or if you want to take it and transplant it into your garden, you can also do that.
And we have another one here in the front,
And then these ones in these smaller pots will have to either go into a patio planter or into the garden. Your garden, you got some zucchini there. You want to plant that in the garden always. Your peppers and some other larger pepper pots.
We had a tough year last year for tomatoes, did we not?
Yes, it was. It was a lot of rain and not enough heat and sunshine. I mean, that's what tomatoes love, the heat. The sun and the heat is what makes a nice sweet tomato.
And you got to be careful where you put them then, I would think, too.
Yes, you want to make sure your garden is in a higher, like raised bed gardens seem to be pretty good, especially in Northeast Ohio where we get 6 inches of rain and a rainfall and it gets washed away. So either a higher spot in your yard or a raised bed where there's lots of sun, not very many trees. No trees at all around it. You want nice airflow, a lot of sunlight.
And we can kind of control the water that we put on.
Yeah, you can always go in and put water the garden. You know, always it's better to add water than have a flood.
Yeah. Zucchini, simple. Same place as the tomatoes, everybody in the same spot?
Yeah, you want everybody to be in the same spot. Lots of sun, raised hills on the zucchinis, and in peppers, same thing. You know, they not like to have wet feet. Roots wet.
Is it true that if you have a hotter summer, you have hotter peppers?
Yes.
That's really
same
the case.
thing. Hotter summer, sweeter tomato.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Has a lot to do with that.
I have one more tomato question, then we're going to get to the fertilizer. Let's say I pick one, or somebody gives them to me and they're not quite ripe yet, or I get them at the store and they're not quite ripe yet. What should I do?
Never refrigerate tomatoes. Never, never. If you get one, just either set it in your counter or on the windowsill in your house and just let it ripe. Nice deep red. Brings out all the sweetness.
Why can't I refrigerate my tomatoes?
Because they lose flavor right away. Once the tomato goes below 50 degrees, the flavor goes with it.
Good to know. Finally, fertilizer. And this all-purpose is good for all these different plants?
Yes, the blue fertilizer we sell, Anjiuli's all-purpose fertilizer, is excellent for your garden. We suggest once a week, 2 tablespoons to 1 gallon of water. You can use that, and also good on your flowers.
Very important for the plants.
Yes, you have to give your plants fertilizer or they will not produce.
Inside the building is the market. What do we have right now that's in stock?
So the harvesting homegrown asparagus, it's excellent. And then we have some great greenhouse Ohio grown tomatoes.
Very good. All right, come on. It's vegetable time, everybody. Get out there in your garden and plant if you haven't already. Anjiuli's Farm Market, located here on 46, just south of Canfield a little bit, past the fairgrounds on the right-hand side. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you.
Good job.